Me, hey everybody.
How
Pardon
are you
my
doing?
I'm good. How about you?
Doing good.
We are
Hey,
uh we are being lazy, so I'm shoving food in my mouth right now because I haven't eaten.
oh, being lazy is a wonderful thing sometimes and very much needed sometimes. Hey,
Yes.
Gwen and Heather, good to see you all. Thanks for
Hey.
coming.
Hello.
So, I thought today we could share with everybody like our plans for over the holidays as far as the live goes. And
Sure.
then maybe we could do like a wrap up kind of recap of this year and talk about the things we did and maybe the things that we didn't get to that we wanted to and that kind of stuff. Feels
Sure.
like it's coming up to the time, I don't know. I feel like goal wise, chances are that if you didn't get her done, it's not going to happen by the end of the year. I mean, unless it's holiday related, then they maybe that.
Don't give up hope. Last ditch effort.
Right? Last ditch effort.
I'm
You
gonna
know,
shove this in my mouth real quick.
do it, Lisa. And then I feel like sometimes we end up accomplishing something we didn't even know we were going to accomplish throughout the year, too. And I mean, there's always surprises, right? Like you have opportunities that are presented to you, and then you use those opportunities to grow and learn, and you surprise yourself in the process. And I think I can think of something that you had that I didn't know you were even interested in doing it, and you did it, and that was the making sausage.
Oh, I love it.
And I was like, that is the coolest thing.
I made it. I made venison. Well, when Ryan got the buck last year, I made venison and pork breakfast sausage, and I really love the process.
Oh, that's awesome.
So that was why we recently made that. Well, thanks to my friend, former coworker, who said, "Hey, I saw this on a Facebook group because she's in another town
Uh huh.
about 45 minutes away, which seems so weird because she's next to us.
Yeah.
Um, but she saw that and she said, "Hey, you interested?" And I was like, "Heck yeah."
Mm-hmm.
And I'm so glad. In fact, I thanked her the other day because we made
Mm-hmm.
that Italian sausage. So super thrilled because the
Mm-hmm.
Italian sausage you had a chance to taste the recipe.
Yeah.
So I would
Well,
hate to
that's
make all
cool.
that and not be able to
Oh, that
taste
is
it.
cool. But you
But
could taste it ahead of time. Very awesome.
one of the cool things is he gave us a whole bunch of recipes. Let me just take a sip of
Mm-hmm.
coffee. I have a piece of cranberry stuck in
Yeah,
my
do
mouth.
it. Matter of fact, I'm going to take a drink of water with you.
So he we made Polish, German, um Italian farmer sausage and all that, and we were able to taste it all, and that was what was so great about it. But one of like he gave us the tips, and the tips
Mm-hmm.
are priceless.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the tips was obvious we knew to let it sit overnight, and we knew to cook it up.
Uh-huh.
But that's a huge tip. A lot of people don't realize is you make the sausage at night, you
Mm-hmm.
let it sit overnight. The next day, fry up some, taste it, and if you like it,
Uh-huh.
good. If you don't, make adjustments.
Yeah.
Um, So I really like that because then you're not wasting all
Yeah.
that.
Real quick. Hey, Jennifer Ocean, thank you for coming and thank you for that reminder for everybody. Templin Acres, good to see you all. And hey, on the plant, good to see you.
Hey y'all,
I see a future video coming on sausage, I hope. I hope that you share that.
I included it. Um, I included that in my butchering video
Okay,
that I
awesome.
posted this morning.
Oh, I haven't seen it yet. I'll have to go watch that. Awesome.
Yeah, I talked a little bit. It was not set out to be gory and all that.
Hmm.
It
Yeah.
doesn't show the actual dispatch or
Hmm.
anything. It just literally makes shows the meat carcass and talks about the practice and what we did and how it went for us.
Hmm.
And then also, the sausage and stuff. But yeah,
Yeah.
this guy Leo did a killer job, and it was free from our library.
Mm-hmm. Did you, in the video, did you talk about the equipment that you needed and used to make that sausage?
No, but I mean, no, I didn't, because it was really way too long for me. I'm not a
Oh,
long video
I'm
person.
not either. Yeah.
And it was about 18 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And that was way long enough for me. And I
Mm-hmm.
tried to edit it as much as I could.
Yeah.
Um, however, um, all all we needed was a food safe tub, because we had
Mm-hmm.
22, almost 23 pounds,
Mm-hmm.
and a meat grinder. And so we have a standalone meat grinder, but we
Uh-huh.
also have the KitchenAid attachment.
Oh, okay.
And we use the KitchenAid attachment. And
Uh-huh.
so we just the tip that the guy gave us, the other tip that he gave us that we loved, was cut the meat into strips. Obviously, it has to be really cold. I get that.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
We knew that.
Mm-hmm.
Because otherwise it clogs up the machine.
Uh-huh.
But he taught us
Makes
to
sense.
cut it into strips
Uh-huh.
that fit the grinder,
Mm-hmm.
which ours did.
Mm-hmm.
And then season the strips.
Huh. Okay.
Massage the meat, season the strips, let it sit for a little bit, and then grind it, which gives it better distribution.
Uh-huh.
So then
Huh.
once you grind it, you then mix it a lot again.
Uh-huh.
But it was a lot easier than when I did the venison, because we did not do strips. We just
Mm-hmm.
mixed it after.
Yeah.
So it really helped a lot to have that.
Mm.
It really helped a lot to do the meat ahead of time and
Uh-huh.
then grind it, because there was a lot more even distribution.
Yeah. That is really cool. Did you see this comment? Gwen, that's neat.
I know. She's always got stuff like that. I don't
Mm-hmm.
have that because people weren't doing what I was doing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Makes me jelly.
I know it, right? Me too.
Totally.
Oh, she said, always fry up some before we finish.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
That makes sense. Yeah,
And
that's really cool.
and I will tell you this, we did a little experiment, more because I was hungry.
Uh-huh.
we we made this, and I was excited. So we made the
Good
sausage.
time. Like you need to not be hungry, but need to taste test it. I mean, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it was a long day Saturday. We got it all done. It was like 7:30, 7:45. We were done. And we had made the sausage, right? And
Uh-huh.
it's in the fridge.
Yeah.
10 o'clock, we're frying up some.
Uh-huh.
And then the next morning, we fried up more.
Mm-hmm.
Big difference between that night at 10 o'clock
Mm-hmm.
and the next day. Big difference.
Really? Really?
Yes. The salt had absorbed into the meat,
Uh-huh.
because it tasted very salty the night before. It
Interesting.
tasted amazing the next day.
Wow.
So yeah.
Interesting.
Plus,
Mm-hmm.
the good news is, at the end of the day, when you're exhausted and you're ready to make the sausage, you just have to do all that and put it in the fridge.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Because,
so when you say let it set overnight, you don't mean room temperature. It does go in the fridge.
oh yeah,
Okay. I was thinking that's weird, but I'm glad you clarified that
no,
for me.
it goes in the fridge. You let it sit
Okay.
overnight, covered and sealed and all that, like you would with
Mhm.
meat.
Yeah.
And the next day, it was the bomb.
Wow.
The
That
bomb.
is so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I still need to go watch that video. I'm excited to see it. I mean, and it might not be our own pigs, but we could try it and that would be so fun.
Oh, you totally could. In fact, the guy that taught the class, I thought he was a rancher, and I thought he was going to
Mhm.
tell us about, meat and blah blah blah. No, he was buying from a mom and pop grocery store, ordering the meat from there
Uh-huh.
and getting it in. I mean, I would personally do for me, I would do local farmers, because
Local farmer, better meat.
better meat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hey,
But I
Rebecca.
know when we did our venison sausage, we had no choice. We had no pork roast. We had to buy
Mm-hmm.
a pork roast.
Yeah.
Hey, Rebecca, touch by yarn.
That is cool. And I have questions, but I hate for you to even answer them. I feel like I just need to go and I haven't done my homework. I need to go watch the video.
Mountain Grandma. I'm going to shove this other muffin in my mouth. I'll be right back.
Okay. Hey, Indiana Chris. Good to see you. Yeah, the sausage making is super cool. I mean, that's something that we would love to do. And I think, yeah, I'm gonna have to talk to the hubby about that because that would be fun. I didn't know you had a KitchenAid because I was talking to him about a KitchenAid because we got one for our daughter for Christmas, and I don't have a KitchenAid. I use these. But I could see where it would be handy, and I feel like it would make bread making so much easier to have a KitchenAid. And I love the attachments because I love the idea of making our own pasta. But the grinder you used, was it an attachment for the KitchenAid, or was that the casing thing for the sausages? Or was it both?
First, I want to apologize. I must have hit the camera button. That's why you saw me shoving that thing in my mouth quick.
Oh no, you're fine.
Um, I was starving.
No
Anyway,
worries.
it's an attachment for the KitchenAid. I have a short on the tomato one,
Uh-huh.
the Foley food mill.
Uh-huh.
And that did amazing. And as a part of that, the sausage grinder came with it. I have two because a friend of ours had given us one. We did not do casings. We did loose sausage.
Uh-huh.
Um,
Oh, okay.
we prefer that, and I'll tell you why. There's a lot more uses for it when we do loose.
Uh-huh.
And it's easier. It's just easier,
It is. I could,
right?
yep, it is.
So
Because there's a lot of times we cook sausage and I got to take the casing off and then cut it
right.
long ways in half to fry it in a skillet.
So sometimes you need sausage for a recipe. So we did some quarter of a pound packages because we do that in a meatloaf.
Mm-hmm. Oh
Otherwise
yeah.
we did 1 pound packages.
Mm-hmm.
And it just made sense because
Mm-hmm.
you need sausage for a recipe. You want to add
Yeah.
sausage to your lasagna, to your pasta,
Mm-hmm.
whatever. You use all that.
Oh, awesome.
And we
Okay.
just make patties and fry them
Yeah.
up. It just works well for
Yeah.
us. Um, and the other thing is you can make the patties any size you want. So if
Yeah.
you want links, right,
Uh-huh. Yeah.
you can make them that size if you're going to put them on a sandwich.
Yeah.
Um, and it just works well. So
Was the grinder attachment on the kitchen? Was that the KitchenAid grinder attachment? Or was it
okay,
a separate grinder?
it was a grinder that went on the KitchenAid. It was an attachment.
Okay, cool. Oh, another reason I should consider getting that.
Yeah,
I'm
I
like,
can talk about the equipment we used. I mean, I
yeah.
know. Have a great holiday, Uncle Al. Good to see you, my
Hey,
friend. Merry
Uncle Al,
Christmas.
thank you for coming.
Um,
Merry Christmas.
we some of the things we got, like I posted a reel on Instagram and people were like, what is that white thing he's using? And it's a bone scraper. It's
Huh.
like $3 or $4 and
Mm-hmm.
it helps remove hair because, it's not recommended to wash the meat.
Yeah.
So it helps remove hair and any bone dust or bone fragments when you're
Mm-hmm.
sawing.
Mm-hmm.
So it works out really good.
Yeah. Did you see this?
That's really cool.
Isn't that cool? I love those family traditions like that. Whether it's making cookies, that's a cool one. Making sausage, making
Yeah.
tamales, that's a
Oh,
fun.
yeah.
And Life in the Piedmont, her family makes, help me. What are they?
Ravioli.
Ravioli. I kept wanting to say lasagna.
No, ravioli. Hey,
Yeah.
OTWP.
Hey,
Hey, Virginia
OTW.
Alexander. Thank you.
Good to see you, Virginia. Yeah, that was a good candy video. Gotta love the quick things to do, right? I'm sure
Yours was amazing.
it was fun.
You were like a candy woman.
It was all kinds of candy craziness going on in the kitchen.
You were like going like wildfire.
Well, I pulled everything out and I'm like, I want to just do something quick with this candy because I needed quick and easy, and actually, Lisa, you're the one that kind of coached me in that direction because I'm like, what do I do? And I needed quick and easy. And then I got to thinking about the whole concept of it. And whenever I've seen a tray that has like chocolates, like, any kind of real pretty little chocolate or chocolate covered pretzels, I've always thought like they were fancy or something. They're so dang easy. I feel like that's one thing this candy collab has taught me is like candy's not hard. If anybody wants to try candy, like watch some of these videos. They're amazing.
Hey,
And
Virginia. Yeah, I mean, you made it fancy with the paper cups and everything, which makes for easy cleanup and stuff.
mm-hmm.
But that makes it look so much fancier. I am just so, I did it with what I had, right? Obviously,
I
and
loved it.
I that's fine. I'm not one of those fancy people.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I thought it was perfect. And you can just think about the options with it too.
hmm
Yeah. Rock candy. Yeah, that's a fun one. Hey Barb, good to see you.
Oh,
Oh.
Buckeyes are good. Yep,
Mm-hmm.
yep. I'd cover them with
That's some
chocolate too.
yummy stuff. Yeah. You
Yeah,
can't
the
go wrong.
nonpareils were gone by the end of the weekend because I didn't eat all day Saturday because we were butchering.
Uh-huh.
So I just kept eating chocolate.
Yeah. I know it. We got to get it out of the house.
Yeah, that's why yeah. Mm-mm.
Yeah, we have a lot of it. We gave some to one of our neighbors. We've got another neighbor we're going to take some over to, and of course the kiddos.
Totally get it, Jennifer Ocean.
Yeah, yeah. I had my video was supposed to be up Sunday, so I, due to not feeling well, had it up Monday. So
Well,
life happens.
I'm glad you're feeling better.
Thank you. Me too. I hate it when I'm not productive.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness! Look at this, Virginia. 30
Woo!
pounds of fudge.
Oh my
How
gosh.
fun! Made some with craisins and pecans. Oh my goodness.
Eek.
Gwen made buttermints. I love buttermints. Those are good. I tell you though, I think I'm ready for the healthy eating already.
That's why I don't make this stuff
I
because
feel like I'm
I'll just
gaining
sit
weight
there and eat it.
watching the videos too.
I'll just sit and eat it, and I don't need it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. You got to get it out of your house. That's what you got to do. You got to go give it away.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. What else? I was going to point out another thing that I saw you do, Lisa, was
Uh-oh.
all of the preserving of the food this year. And I can't remember what your goal was. I know you wanted to grow more, and that was just kind of a thing. You wanted to grow more, and you did it. That was amazing. You had an amazing growing year
We
and
did.
preserving year. Because it's one thing to grow it, but if you're growing it and you're not using it and you're not getting to it before it's frozen or the bugs get it or whatever the case may be, or maybe you get it, you put it in your fridge and you don't get to it in time and then it goes bad and you're feeding it to the chickens, like that doesn't count. You actually
No.
grew it and made sure every bit of it got used.
Yep. Absolutely. We are eating off of our garden bounty
Mm-hmm.
at this time of the year. It's nice to have zucchini and yellow squash.
Oh, nice.
Um, in fact, last night we had green beans from our farm with
Mm-hmm.
kuni pork chops from our farm.
Nice.
And
Nice.
we also, well, I had to buy some stuffing because I didn't have bread, but we
Mm-hmm.
had some deconstructed stuffed pork chops,
Uh-huh. Nice.
and it was really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it was a really great year. To have the pig and have the pork that we butchered is huge for us
Mm-hmm.
because we waited a long time for that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then to have all the garden stuff, it's wonderful.
Yeah.
'Cause my goal was to reduce, if not eliminate, buying frozen vegetables from the store.
Yeah.
Um,
Or really even the need to buy too many fresh vegetables. You know what I mean? Like,
correct,
because
correct.
I'm
But
thinking,
ours was frozen because we love frozen vegetables
yeah,
over a lot of
I,
them.
I love
So
fresh, frozen, canned.
yes, yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So um, so that was our goal. But here's the other thing: we also um enjoyed the fact that every little step we take, even if we don't have a specific goal for it, every little step we take takes us farther and farther away from the grocery store. And what I mean by
Yes.
that is, um, I first rendered pork lard when we ended up having to buy half a pig from a farmer,
Uh-huh.
and I asked for the lard. When we got our
Mhm.
beef, I asked for the tallow. Now
Uh-huh.
we have our own leaf lard and back fat to render.
Mhm.
And those are things that we will not be buying from the store, meaning cooking oil,
Mhm. Right?
meaning, meaning
And it's healthier.
soap oil. Yes, it is.
Those seed oils, I heard, and I was watching another like podcast the other day, and they were talking about the damage of seed oils, and a lot of people don't realize that includes canola oil, and it includes vegetable oil, which is soybean oil. But these oils, and those are like your main ones, vegetable oil and canola oil, right? That people tend to cook with in their kitchen and fry stuff. And
Right.
the seed oils are so bad for you. You'd be so much better off frying with lard or tallow or bacon grease, which I don't know, I guess lard, but like one of those things, you're just better off than using one of the chemically, I guess more chemically
Altered.
created, altered oils.
And
Yeah.
and the bacon grease, I mean, if you're making it from store-bought bacon,
Mm-hmm.
it's still I mean, don't get me wrong, we've used it too, a lot of it.
Uh-huh.
But if you're making it from store-bought bacon, you
Uh-huh.
have to worry about what's in the bacon.
Yeah, true.
Whereas when we have
True,
our
Lisa.
bacon,
I use store-bought bacon.
I'm sorry.
Oh no.
And no, I use it too.
Mm-hmm.
Let's be real. But
Mm-hmm.
I should render some lard and send it to you.
Oh my gosh, I would love that. That would
I
be
wonder if it
amazing.
would be all right.
I don't know. Like, do you? So that's one of the things that I didn't get to this year that I need to force myself to get to next year is pressure canning. I've done water bath canning, and I feel like I really kind of got my groove going with that where I'm more comfortable with it. Um, and I canned up a bunch of salsa this last year, so I was proud of myself for doing that.
Awesome.
I found an amazing salsa recipe, and I found an amazing relish recipe that I just love. So that is like wonderful because I'm trying to build up like my own recipes of the canned goods that I really like, right? So
Right.
those two things in particular I was really happy with, and but I still need to. Hey Ginger, not for
Hey,
nothing homestead,
Ginger.
good to see you. Do you see Indiana Chris said Lord makes the best sugar
Oh,
cookie?
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Huh, very cool. But I don't, because you can can that too, right? You can can the lard, you can can.
I don't can it. I don't know much about that.
Mhm.
What I do is I render it down. It takes all day long.
Uh-huh.
And I've read that the beef tallow needs to be done a couple times, 2 to 3
Okay.
times for
Uh-huh.
lotions and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then I put mine in the fridge was what I read,
Mm-hmm.
but
Have a great day, Chris.
it worked because I did all that lard in 23 and we're just
Mm-hmm.
getting to the end of it now and it's all fine.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, there's like a debate about shelf stable versus
Oh,
fridge.
really?
Yeah, I
Oh.
struggle to find something that is a reliable source, if that
Mhm.
makes sense.
Yeah, I gotcha on canning it. So probably then I just need to buy my
Hi,
own.
Chris.
I need to buy my own beef tallow and pork lard. I saw somebody when I was at the. We go to a small little mom and pop grocery store up here too, and when I saw someone at the checkout and they had bags of fat, and I was like, "Hey, I didn't know I could do this. I didn't even know this was here." And I was thinking, I need to do this.
If they're butchering meat, yeah.
I
And
think I
that's
need
the
to
thing
do
when you
that.
see lard for sale in the store, it's refrigerated.
And we're going to be buying half a cow, so I
Ask
need
for
the
the
tallow.
tallow.
I'll ask for the tallow. I will.
You
Yeah,
pay for it. I mean,
yeah, that would be fun. Yeah, for soap making and using in the kitchen because I would much rather
yep.
be, frying my food with the tallow than I would, any of those seed oils. That's what I really want to try to get away from.
We use it because it works really well in the cast iron.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And I love my cast iron for cooking
Yeah, I
stuff.
do too.
Mm-hmm. As a matter of fact, I've got one more pan that's not cast iron to throw away. I'm just
I-
using it till it dies.
We had one small saucepan that was
Mm-hmm.
extremely cheap. I don't even remember
Mm-hmm.
why we had it, and
Mm-hmm.
we got rid of it because it stupidly dawned on me one day that it was Teflon.
Uh-huh. Yeah. I have the kind that's it was the Pioneer Woman bakeware set, and it's white on the inside. So which I presume is some kind of ceramic or something.
Yeah, some of them are. I mean, I had two. One was like a blue diamond, and the other one was a copper. And I looked up to see if
Uh-huh.
there was any issues. They said no,
Mm-hmm.
but we'll see.
But they still chip. There's no life to these things. Do you know what
Right.
I mean? Talk about filling up our landfills too. Like there's no life to these other pots. I
Yeah,
was
we use stainless.
I was telling my husband I need to get I really want to get one of those. What are the big pots you can put on a fire too?
Dutch oven.
Yes, I don't have a Dutch oven. And
Really?
I don't have a Dutch oven. Can you believe that?
What do you
I
cook
need
your
it.
bread in?
I cook my bread in a bread pan.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
okay. Because I cook mine in a Dutch oven.
In a bread
Yeah.
pan, or sometimes I'll break out my, if it's firm enough, it'll hold like a shape like this, right?
Hmm.
And I'll cook it in that. I've seen some people cook it in the cast iron, but I haven't tried that yet.
Yep. I
Mm-hmm.
don't mean to be rude. I will be right back. I
Okay.
apologize.
No worries. Yep, stainless steel. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because the other ones, they die so quickly. Things start to chip off, and whatever they use to make them, we don't want to be eating that stuff. Yes, I'm getting half a cow. So I'm gonna let them know I want the tallow and the bones, and I also, if the other person getting the other half of a cow doesn't want the kidneys and the liver and all of the other stuff, we're gonna take that too. I would love to make. If any of you have ever had liverwurst, we like it. I'd like to find a recipe for a really good liverwurst, and I know that you need not just the liver, but what else? I think you need beef tongue to make really good liverwurst. As gross as that sounds, I'm betting it's good though. Has anybody ever tried that? The liverwurst, or tried to make any? That might be something I try to do this year.
Oh,
Hmm.
that sounds trying to think. The guy that excuse me, the guy that took some of the things we would have wasted from
Uh
our
huh.
pork, um he was going to make some pate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So,
Yeah. And that's it takes all of that stuff.
yeah, I agree, Gwen. I agree.
Yeah.
Yep, because I paid for mine.
We're getting off somebody that we know, so I'm suspecting they won't do that. No thanks on the liver.
I like liverwurst.
I like liverwurst too. My father-in-law, he's the one that got me on the liverwurst because they would always have that in their fridge.
And onions.
Well, he would get the kind of liverwurst. Yes, yes. So,
I
but
never liked it with
everybody,
onions.
everybody not liver and onions fried, but he would get the liverwurst, that you buy like in a tube, or sometimes
Yeah.
it's in little rounds, and then he would cut up an onion and just eat like a quarter of an onion ring, and that's exactly how we eat it.
Yeah.
Lisa, is that what you meant too?
Yep. Yep.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yes, Gwen's
We
nodding.
used to buy liverwurst and as a cold cut
Mm-hmm.
and make sandwiches. I didn't put onions on mine, but they had liver mush
Hearts are
in
amazing. Just
North Carolina, and it was
saying.
not the same.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like chicken liver too.
Yeah,
And
I like
hearts. Oh my goodness.
I like
I have yet to eat a fried heart that's not good.
yeah
All of it.
the
Love chicken
gizzards. Oh,
hearts, beef hearts. Yeah, and all of that stuff is really good for us, right? Like it's really good for us.
Diesel's almost out of freeze dried livers and hearts, so he's
Oh, you
kind of
need some
bummed.
freeze dried from your freeze dryer. What a good idea.
Yeah, we are gonna also, what we're gonna do next for him is beef liver that we asked for.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, that stuff's good for us. I'm ready to shift to some healthy eating. And that happened. I feel like I've not done too bad with the whole, believe it or not, everybody. I've made a lot of candy over here, as you know.
Yep. Yes,
And,
Rebecca.
but I've done pretty good with not eating a whole lot of candy. I've actually done pretty.
Braunschweiger. Braunschweiger is good.
Yes, Braunschweiger. Yes, yes. Yep. Doggies get the hearts and the gizzards. Mm-hmm. Oh, I
Oh,
love.
that's nice, Heather. I like that idea.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yes. Yep. Yep. I grew up and that's how my mom always did it. And we
Yeah.
like that too.
My
Mm-hmm.
mom was German and my father was Italian, so we
Mm-hmm.
had quite the feasting going on.
Oh, man, that's some good food.
Yeah, my mother was all, oh, the German food. And my friend Lisa, who's my moderator on
Uh-huh.
Friday, she is full German. Like
Huh?
went to German school, all that stuff. And oh, she has got some good stuff.
Go mashed liver with a fork till it's fine, fine, fine. Add it to my gravy. Mm-hmm. I saw, and I can't. I'd have to go back and watch the video again, but Boots and Bounty Homestead did a video once where they added liver to the ground beef
Oh wow.
to stretch the ground beef. I think
Yeah.
was like the concept. But liver is so darn good for you. It really
Yeah.
is. Mm-hmm. Is there anything that this year, Lisa, that you didn't do that you're already thinking about doing next year?
Yes, I didn't do enough spinning. I have my
Mm-hmm.
e-spinner and I haven't used it yet.
Mm-hmm.
I just haven't had a chance, but it's coming.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
um and part of it is we've been cold, but we've been warmer than usual and hardly any snow, which is
Mm-hmm.
not good.
Mm-hmm.
But the bottom line is I really need to use this time because when it gets busy, I don't have the time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's true. Ginger and radishes are so good for you. Again, you guys, like one of the reasons I wasn't feeling well on Sunday was because Saturday night, my husband had like a gallbladder flare up. And I'm only sharing this because what did we do? I went and got him radishes to eat and I made chamomile tea and it fixes it. It fixes it. And then the idea is that you eat radishes like at least one or two a day for like the next week or two to help get your gallbladder cleared out. And I can't say this enough. I'm not just telling you from what I've read, I'm telling you because I've seen it in action. It truly works. And you can, I don't know, like for that, I don't know if baking them would be as good, but they do say like eating radishes on a regular basis is good for your liver and your gallbladder health. So I would imagine baking them is probably okay for that on the regular basis, but I would want them raw if I was having any. Also, if I get like an acid stomach, I eat radishes. I don't take Tums, but I eat
Mm.
radishes. And you can go and grab up some radishes and it will take care of any acid reflux kind of thing. Oh, I love head cheese. Oh my goodness. I haven't had that in forever, but I do love that stuff.
um okay, so
I'd probably be thin if I didn't like so many foods.
part of the reason that we went out of our way to find people to take things we would not use
Uh-huh.
is I'm trying to say it in a nice way so I don't. Is anybody going to get grossed out if I say body parts?
Oh no, you can say body parts. I'm not gonna be grossed out.
Okay. The head and the feet
Uh-huh.
of our pig went to someone from Romania that we know here
Uh-huh.
who's going to teach us how to make things.
Very cool.
One of the things he's going to make is head cheese, and he's going to let
Really?
us try it. Now,
Oh my gosh.
I will not eat it because I think it is gelatinous goo,
Uh-huh.
and I can't. The texture of
Wonderful
it makes me
gelatinous
want
goo.
to. Um, and I saw what Rebecca said. Yeah, but he's
I've
gonna
only
make.
had it at the grocery store. I've never had it that fresh. And I don't even know what I know it's called head cheese, but I thought they put a bunch of different stuff in there, not just things from the head. So
They
this
do,
is
and I'm trying to be open minded.
uh-huh.
But the other thing is, they do the feet, and they make meat jello,
Huh.
and it's apparently very good for the skin.
Yes. Okay. I have a friend who's from Poland.
Hi, Musgrave Family
And
Farm.
she said her mom looked young her whole life. And what she did was they had chickens, and she said she would clean the chickens' feet really, really, really well. And she would put the chicken's feet in the pot, cook the water, cook the water, you're getting like natural collagen. And I would imagine from the pig's feet, yeah, because I love pig's feet grits. And you can make scrapple with it the next. I love that. It's amazing. And I haven't had, that's another thing I haven't had in a really long time. But my mother-in-law used to make it. She would make her grits with pig's feet. Yes, the collagen, Heather.
Yep.
Um, but yeah, and it does turn into, when he said gelatin, when you say gelatin, it turns into like a gel, and then you can like, oh my gosh, it's the best grits you've ever had. Oh my gosh. And then what you do is you pour it in a bread pan and you put it in the fridge, and it'll get hard because of that gelatin. And then you can slice it, roll it in flour, and fry it. And oh my goodness, that's
I
how she
don't
did
believe I'll be
it.
doing any of that soon,
So good.
but I'm willing to learn, and I'm willing to try his
Pig's feet
version,
are
even
amazing.
though it's not
Yeah.
like. But we kept two ham hocks. The other two we gave to him as well,
Uh-huh.
just because he was thrilled.
Yep, good for beans too. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's awesome. You'll have to share what you find out. That's gonna be
Yep.
fun. Very
Ooh,
fun. I'm hoping I can up my game on gardening this next year. So,
you go.
gardening and canning, I feel like those are two things I need to up my game on.
You need to pressure can and stop putting it
You need
off.
to pressure because that's what I do.
I found pressure canning to be much easier than water bathing, and maybe it's because of our
Really?
elevation. Part of it was because we had a yard sale canner,
Uh-huh.
and it didn't seal well. It was dented. And
Oh. Mm-hmm.
Ryan bought me a new canner last year on like a Black Friday sale, and it was so much better because we have to process for so long that our water levels drop in the pot.
Mm.
So
Mm-hmm.
get the pressure canner out and use it. I just bought another one on an auction,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm waiting to get it tested, but you need to get going. You could do beans in there,
Mm-hmm.
dried beans.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I want to learn. I need to learn how to pressure can. That opens up a whole new world, right?
I, there's nothing to learn. You need to read. You know how
Mm-hmm.
to can.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Okay, so follow a recipe for beans from the
Mm-hmm.
ball book,
Mm-hmm.
and make sure you have your instruction manual for your canner and
Mm-hmm.
the ball book, and you're going to be fine. Just follow the instructions and do it.
You
Have
know,
Mountain Grandpa help you.
yeah. Yeah, because I think he's been telling me too. He's like, we really need to get that pressure canner out. Because he'll get in the kitchen with me sometimes, you know?
Make sure you read pressure canning safety. Like Leanne had a video, and she showed, I can't remember which one it was, but basically she showed the two things you look for to make sure that the hole is not plugged,
Okay.
and then making sure the lid is on, and then making sure that
Mm-hmm.
um you have your lid on tight, and making sure, if
Mm-hmm.
you do, you have a rocker.
I do. It's got a thing.
So not a gauge, it's a rocker.
It's a thing that goes up there.
Okay, so just making sure you're at the right pressure and it's operating correctly.
Okay. All right.
It's
Maybe
really
we'll,
easy.
I'm going to be taking some time off for the holidays, and maybe that'll be something I do, is kind of try to focus on some of that while I can just, because you know what I do? I have a lot of things I want to do, And then what happens is I am all over the place. So anything that's going to take me, that needs or requires real hard focus time, because I can learn some new stuff without feeling like I have to focus too hard. Do you know what I'm saying?
Right, right.
But I'm feeling like that I need to really focus, and I need to convince myself that it's time for me to do it, that I've absorbed everything, but I need to put myself on a timer, like studying for a test, and kind of force myself to do that because I'm also
Right.
scared.
So
There's the fear factor.
let me show
And I'm
you.
not afraid of it blowing up. It's nothing like that. I'm not afraid of that. I'm afraid of killing somebody. So
Is it okay if I share something on the
do
screen?
it. Absolutely.
Is it there?
Yep. Yours won't just let you present.
Oh, hold on, hold on.
Try that.
Oh no,
That's so weird. Remember, it let me do that on
I
yours.
know. Okay, so does yours look like this?
That's what it looks like. Yep. It's a
Okay, so
pesto.
you have
That's my canner.
okay, so that's what I have. Well, I have two. This is my
Right.
first
Oh,
one.
goodness. Uh huh.
I
Mine was
have
even bigger.
I have the jiggler, that's the
Uh-huh.
weight,
Yep.
having it do the hula dance back and forth.
Yeah, I don't know if it hulas. See, I haven't used it yet. So
And
there's
then it'll hula.
mm-hmm.
Hold on. And then I just got I think it's this one from an auction. Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
We just Ryan bid on it for me from an auction, but I have to have it tested before I use it.
Mm-hmm.
Oop,
Okay.
hold on. There we
Yeah.
go. So it's a
Nice.
Presto with the pressure gauge.
Yep, and it's huge. I think that's the kind I have because it's just ginormous.
Yeah, I don't think I have, I don't know if I have the 23 quarter, the 16, but anyway, it was a really good deal at
Mm-hmm.
the auction and it came with something
Nice.
else.
Very nice.
So, but yeah, like Heather said, I'll stop sharing, but the longest wait was having it come to pressure. But the other thing is, waiting a long time
Mm-hmm.
when it's done to just let it sit.
Mm-hmm. Oh gosh, I'd be scared to stack anything. I'd be afraid of breaking something.
No, you're able to stack. I haven't done it yet either. I haven't well, I don't have that bulk. That's why.
Mm-hmm. Oh, believe me, Heather, I'll find something to do. My husband always tells me when I'm cooking, he's like, "Don't forget you got this going," because I'll start. I'm a clean the
No,
kitchen as you cook kind of person.
but you got to pay attention to the canning.
Got to pay attention to the canning. Oh, I do. Okay,
Yep. Yep.
really? Can you speak to that a little bit for me?
Well, I know for us, like, like I said, um, if I'm processing water bath, I have to keep an eye on the water and make sure it stays rolling.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
Same thing with the pressure canner. I have to make sure the jiggle stays,
Mm-hmm.
so I do stuff in the kitchen so that it's not like I'm sitting in the living room, but I do stuff in the kitchen so I can see it
Mm-hmm.
and all that jazz. But,
Yeah.
you
When you
do
say
want to.
rolling, are you talking about with the pressure can, or you mean that little thingy's just got to keep going?
So if you're water bathing, you want the water to be a rolling boil.
Yeah, and above your jars.
Right. And a
Mm-hmm.
certain amount above your jars, right? I think it's
Mm-hmm.
a minimum of 1 inch.
Uh-huh.
Um, but with the pressure canner, yeah, you have to make sure it's steadily jiggling the whole time,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
and most of us don't have gas. I don't know if you have a gas stove.
Causes flat sour. I don't know what that is.
I don't know what that is either, but I follow the directions on my pressure canner of how long to
Yeah.
let it sit.
Yeah. Oh, and you've got a Presto too. Okay, cool. Put a rack in between when you stack, she's saying.
Yep. Yep. Very small increments because of
Okay.
the electric stove, because it's such a delayed reaction.
Mm-hmm. It is. It's obnoxious.
Totally obnoxious.
Mhm.
But it's doable. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. I saw they had an electric canner and I was thinking about one of those too.
I bought the Nesco. It used to be Carry, now it's Nesco
Mhm.
Carry. I don't know what it is, but
Mhm.
anyway,
Yep.
I bought it. I love it, and the reason why I bought it is because every time we do a chicken, I
Mm-hmm.
cook the carcass and I
Yeah.
make chicken stock
Yeah.
every week.
Nice. Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't go to
See,
waste.
I do that too, and it takes up a lot of room in my freezer.
Right. And so what
Mm-hmm.
I do is I make pint jars of chicken broth so we don't buy
Mm-hmm.
that from the store.
Yeah.
And so it's just so easy for us to do that. And with the small canner, I can get 5 wide mouth jars in there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that's about what I make.
Mm-hmm. Hmm. Yeah, see, that'd be nice to have it on the shelf instead of in the freezer. And the other thing is, what if there's a power outage? Like, you know what I mean? You're going to
Right.
lose what you have in the freezer. So, the
Right.
best way to overcome that is to make sure you've got a decent balance between what's on the shelf and what's in the freezer.
Sure. Sure.
Hmm. Or that, and that's what I like about the Presto, because I was thinking if ever there was a power outage, like maybe can you use a Presto? Has anybody ever done a fire pit canning? Is that a thing? Is it even possible? I'm sure it's possible, right? It's got to be hard.
Yeah, I would, that you're getting into rebel canning territory,
Oh, I am. Okay.
which is for everyone to decide what they want to do.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
dabble in it,
I gotcha.
but
Well,
I
if
use
you
the
had,
parts.
okay, so let me say it differently. Like, let's say you lost electricity, but you do have a propane stove, which is going to work very much like a gas stove. You don't have to have an electric stove to can, right? You can can on a gas stove. So if you had an external gas stove that you were able to run, then you could still possibly save some of the things that you have in your freezer,
Right.
right? Honestly, that would be what I'd be more inclined to do before I tried to go do it over a fire. Like, I don't
Yeah.
know. I've cooked on a fire before and it takes me forever. Ark Wildman has it down pat. I do not.
Yeah, I don't either. Gwen's gonna everybody we're gonna hold you to it.
Okay. Does anybody else need to learn to can, or is it just me? If anybody's watching a replay, maybe you can leave a comment for me. Anybody else want to join me on this?
Hominy.
I love hominy.
I don't know.
Electric. Okay, see, Gwen's saying you can electric, propane, or natural gas. So it'd be great to have that skill. Oh, can water for the first time. Okay.
Yeah, a lot of people say
I
that.
like that, Ginger. I do. I'm going to try that. And do I have to pressure can? I would think so, Rebecca, only because I've had hominy and it does not taste acidic enough. I think you're going to have to pressure
It
can.
it looks like they recommend pressure, but you would have to do your research.
It's like a corn. Yeah, it's like a corn. Oh, I love hominy.
Yeah, I don't know.
I love hominy in the skillet. I'm a
Hmm.
skillet cooker. Like, I cook a lot of stuff in my cast iron. And I will, Heather. Call it on
Yeah,
me.
absolutely.
Um, I love hominy in a skillet with green chilies in there,
And
and
a
then
jalapeno.
and jalapeno and some cheese. Oh my goodness, it is amazing, and butter. It is amazing,
I don't think I've ever had it.
and I haven't done that in a while. Oh my goodness, y'all are reminding me of food.
How many for dinner?
Hominy for dinner. I do got some cans of it. I say it may change the texture of it.
Mm. Yeah, everything's mushy in canning. I can't stand that part of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's why we froze our vegetables.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hominy in a, what is it? Verde, pollo verde or something like that soup. I know I'm not saying the right. I can't think of words today. I apparently need B12.
Hey,
Oh, man.
Indiana Backyard Gardener. Hey, Forest Homestead, Idaho.
Hello, hello. Thank you all for coming in. Oh, hominy and chili. That's a really good idea.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's a great
I'm,
idea.
I'm
Thanks,
glad I'm
Jen.
going out for lunch after this.
Mm-hmm. I know. I'm hungry now.
And pozole.
Pozole. That's the soup I was thinking of. Thank you, Adrian. Yeah.
Pozole.
It's yeah, right. It's got the pork in there, green chilies in there. Mm,
Nice.
good stuff. Yeah,
I got
good
pork.
stuff you've been cooking. Yeah, see, you're halfway there.
Plenty of pork.
What else?
I'm on a
One
pork
thing.
kick this week.
Does anybody in the chat? What are you guys thinking you're gonna do this next year? That there's something this next year, maybe that you wanted to do this year and you didn't get around to it. Chicken pozole would be good. I do love pork pozole though.
While we're doing that, do you want to talk about the schedule for the rest of the year?
Yes, we do need to. So everyone, we've got Christmas coming up next week. So our live would fall on Christmas Eve, and then the following week, our live would fall on New Year's Eve. So
Not happening.
we're taking 2 weeks off, and we we will be seeing you guys first on January 3rd on Lisa's live on Friday, January 3rd, because that's the day for our giveaway for the candy collaboration. Woohoo! So
Woo-hoo.
fun. And if you guys are curious what all's being given away too, because we had some more donations to that. Where did I write that down at? Here it is.
Gwen, thanks.
Oh, yeah. Thank you so much. We'll be
I'll be
back.
live this Friday, Gwen.
Mhm. And I'm just going to have to wing it because my thought is I might do a live over the next 2 weeks, but it's going to be kind of a more like, hey, I should go live right now. There's going to be no notice at all if I do that. If I do that, we'll see. But for the candy collab giveaway, we've got an apron coming from Big Valley Living, Kettle Kitchen. Tony just donated all kinds of stuff.
I know.
Piping bags and food coloring, chocolate molds, a recipe book, Christmas candy cups. Jennifer Ocean Homestead donated heirloom seeds.
Wow.
Linda donated a surprise prize, and Barb's Country Home donated a surprise prize.
Aw.
Simply Jan donated a $25 gift card. Chican Ranch donated Russian candy,
Oh,
and
yeah.
Gale Southern Gale Southern Living donated a pack of seeds, and I'm going to be donating some cookbooks, a surprise prize. Don't be surprised if it's soap. I've been making so much stuff. I got stuff all over the place. And also the grand prize, which is a $50 gift card. And that'll be January 3rd on Yogi Hollow Farms channel.
Are we going to do?
8:30 Central Time, right?
Okay, we are going to do that.
Yeah, we're going to do that on your channel, January 3rd.
Okay, so never mind. So it'll be during our normal live time.
Yeah, during your normal live time.
Which is Fridays at 7:30.
Yeah, Mountain Time.
Yep,
8:30
Mountain Time, 8:30 Central, 9:30 Eastern,
Yep.
6:30 Pacific.
Yep. And then the following Tuesday will be on which channel you want to do on the following Tuesday? That'll be January.
You.
Okay, then the 7th will be on my channel, and then we're going to be alternating.
We'll alter.
Yep.
Alternate.
Yep. So fun stuff coming, and we'll be kicking off 2025 7F goal setting. I'm so excited to do new stuff.
And Gwen wants to know the prizes will be for those that commented on the videos, right?
Yep, those that commented on the videos. Yep. Well, probably there might be a couple of them in there that we do like a giveaway from the chat, but the prizes are going to be based on those videos. Most of them.
Oh, Heather. We've got one more minute, so you want to go back at the chat and see what people were talking about?
Yep. Heather said, love a little Yogi Friday.
So Adrian said, I want to go back up a minute. Hold on.
Okay.
Oh.
What time? Okay, I think we answered that one.
Yeah, we did. Adrian said, build my greenhouse.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And then Heather said,
Adrian.
Oh, Gwen said, hoping my garden doesn't get so out of hand next year, for sure.
Yeah.
What did Heather say? Website?
craft.
Craft
She's
events,
giving a list.
farm stand.
Yeah,
Nice.
websites on my list too. Lisa, you need to have it on your list too, I think.
Yeah, I got to get a tree first.
I know we've talked about the website like before, but
Yeah.
I feel like this year I'm ready to take that next step and get that going.
Yep.
Craft events and a farm stand. That's what she's
Love
kind of
that.
breaking it down for us. You're going to be busy, Heather.
No kidding.
Mm-hmm.
All
Yeah.
right, it's five of. We're actually past that, so
Oh gosh. Okay.
gonna
Um, so everybody, we're going to be wrapping it up. I hope you all have a Merry Christmas,
Merry Christmas, Happy New
Happy
Year.
New Year. Um, and we will be seeing you January 3rd. In between then, you'll see posts and videos and whatnot. But hope you all have a wonderful one and enjoy your time with your family. Thanks
Enjoy.
for coming, everybody.
Thanks, guys.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.